Want to be successful at something, figure out all the things that you have to do when no one's watching and do them better than anybody else. You're one decision away from a different life, and you need to push your ass through all the excuses and all the feelings and start taking action. And so here I am at the top of my game, which I worked my ass off to become. How? I'll tell you how. I started as a beginner.
From hitting rock bottom to becoming a New York Times best-selling author and one of the most successful and sought-after speakers in the world. With millions of followers and billions of views, Mel's research-backed tools are changing lives all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mel Robbins.
All right. So I wanted to play that video because I even had an interesting conversation today with someone. And it was about balance. It was about balance, actually. And they had their viewpoint on balance. And I completely understood what that person was saying about it, balance, right? It was my wife. So, I mean, it wasn't like, you know, hold on, let me fix this. Jeez, man. All right. Y'all can see my legs. So work-life balance is what she was talking about. And so we both had a perspective, right? And her perspective, and I've heard her perspective before, was like, sometimes you don't need to sacrifice that hard. You know, you gotta remember that, like, you know, when you get older, you know, you're gonna wish you did things when you were younger. But the way I think about it is, when you're young is like your best years, and you want to use as much energy as you can while you're young. You want to try things when you're young. You want to risk a lot when you're young because you can always bounce back, right? Just like a rubber band. But the problem is when you get older, you're wishing that you would have done more when you were younger. And I've heard guys say this when I went to cigar bars or just out and about, whether I'm at the gym or, you know, at work. And they always say, man, I wish I would have done that when I was younger, right? I wish I would have took more risk when I was younger, because maybe something would have happened to where I would have succeeded. And so what I'm here to do, what I'm here to tell you is I'm here to encourage you guys to take the risk, right? Because there's no guarantee. Well, there's one thing that's going to happen, right? You're going to live. You're going to be born into this world. So you're going to live and we're going to die. And those are the only two things that are guaranteed. Everything in the middle is up to us. So we only got one time to live this entire life. So why do we need to try to live it on a low level? If it's me, I'm gonna try my best to be the best version of me I can. If I want to be a millionaire, a multimillionaire, a billionaire, whatever it is that you aspire to be, you should try to be that. Because even if you fall short, you may still land at a very good spot, right? I encourage you to try everything. Don't let money stop you from actually trying something, because money is everywhere. And if people will throw money at you when you start showing them the value that you have in whatever business or business venture you go into. Success is a game of consistency. All right? It's a game of consistency. That's all it is. Even if you're not good at something, if you continue to do it over time and you learn and you stay in the game and 1 year turns into 2 and 3 and 4, what eventually will happen is the law of averages. And eventually you will start seeing some type of success. I will tell you guys, with me in real estate, I am not the best real estate investor or wholesaler or agent. But one thing that I will never do is I will never give up. I will continue to keep marketing. I will continue to keep making phone calls. I will continue meeting people. I don't care how many people I got to meet. And even when it comes to YouTube, I'm going to share something with y'all. If you look at my YouTube, I have over 2,000 videos. I just got over 5,000 subscribers. I will never quit. I don't care how long it took me to get there, right? Like if you get a license in something or you have to pass a test, it doesn't matter how many times you had to take that test, as long as you passed the test. That's all that really matters. For example, if you're a plumber and let's just say you're a real estate agent, right? And let's say you failed the test 5 and 6 times. No one cares that you failed the test 5 and 6 times. When you show up and say, I'm a real estate agent, you've passed. Doesn't matter how many times you got to do things. And that's part of success. It's failure. You have to fail forward, right? Fail forward is the name of the game when it comes to being successful. Trying something, trying it again, trying new things. It's all about trying. It's all about consistency. That is the best thing I can tell you. That's the only thing and the only reason why I have changed my life over the last 5 to 6 years is I've been consistent throughout real estate, and I have not stopped. I have learned, I have met people, and I'm constantly going. A lot of the deals that I pick up are because they're a year, 2 and 3 years old of a lead. And I just keep calling that person every couple months, every month, whatever. There have been deals where it's been 2 years and I've followed up with them for 2 years and I finally got the deal. That's part of success. That's part of it. Feeling discouraged, feeling like you can't get there, but never giving up because you believe in yourself. Nobody else has to believe in y'all. Nobody else needs to believe in you but you. The reason why a lot of us like the Elon Musk of the world, right? The Albert Einsteins, we say he's a genius, and many other people, right? Even people like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and all these guys, right? These guys believed in themselves and believed what they were putting forward. And they were never going to stop. Elon Musk is trying to find a way to get into space right now. Everyone says that he's crazy, but he believes in himself. And when he accomplishes that, it's a new normal. And then we say, oh my gosh, man, why didn't I think of this? And so I want to leave you here with this. Part of success is failing. Don't be afraid to fail. And if to be honest with you, fail quickly. Fail quickly. Because when you fail quickly, you learn faster. And you don't have to do that same failure again. And now you're miles ahead of the next person. Fail forward. Stay consistent. And you will be surprised how far you get in life. And you'll be surprised on the respect that you get from people because you never quit. Last thing I'm going to leave y'all with. I was never the smartest kid in school, right? They told me I had ADD. So in school as a kid, I didn't know what that meant. So I'm like, man, I got some type of learning disorder or whatever. I never felt stupid. But when I was in a classroom full of people, I always felt shy and I didn't want to answer questions because I always felt like they were smarter than me, right? And I felt like, oh man, like how am I going to be successful at a job and this and that? And you know what ended up happening? I failed out of a community college and I had to end up going to a trade school for computers. And I did very well in the computer school. I became class valedictorian in one of the classes. And I figured out I didn't have a learning disability. I had a learning likeness issue. Once I figured out what I liked, I'm all in. I'm going to learn everything about it. And when I got out into the workforce, I learned it didn't matter how smart you were. It mattered how hard you worked, which is what people really, really loved. And once I found that out, it wasn't about how smart you were because the smart people at the jobs were doing the less work. And I found my way to do more work, stay after, and do what I had to do. I was on a call center taking a bunch of calls, and I found a way to get quick call solutions. I became the top guy at that particular place, a Hewlett Packard out in Pontiac, Michigan. And that's when I learned it's not about how smart you are. It's about how hard you work sometimes. And you can outwork the smartest person and get noticed by the big wigs. That's what I'm going to leave y'all with, man. So hopefully I'll encourage you a little bit. If I did, hit the like button on the video, comment below, or just give me your thoughts, man.